Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a video on how to clean a bolt-action rifle. How you do it is pretty much the same for any type of bolt-action rifle. It's super easy and super quick. First thing you want to do is remove the bolt. You can remove the magazine too. I usually do. I just find it a bit easier. And then to clean the barrel, I usually will run a bore snake through before I do any patches or anything like that. I did that off camera, so the first thing I'm going to do is run a patch through the barrel with some solvent on it, and then we're going to let that sit for a bit before we do anything else. Okay, so we got a patch here soaked with some solvent. We're going to run that through the barrel and let it sit. It's easiest to use patches that are already pre-cut to size. These are patches that are meant for 30 calibers, 270 to 35, so they should work just fine. So we're going to run it through the barrel. All right. And we're going to let that sit for a bit, and then we're going to run our bronze brush through it. One thing you can do while you're waiting for the solvent in your bore to do its thing, you can always clean your bolt. I don't find the bolts get very dirty. I usually just take a patch and wipe them down with oil. Occasionally you could go a step further and take your whole bolt assembly apart, but for just basic cleaning, using a patch with some oil works just fine. Get a good coat of oil on it. And that's about it for the bolts, so we're going to set that aside. And you can oil in around your chamber and your receiver, especially the spots and the slots where your bolt slides through. So we'll do that now while we're waiting. Just going to put a little oil on a patch and use my fingers and clean it out. And again, I'm just using oil for this. It's not super dirty. You don't really need to use a solvent or a brush or anything like that. You may occasionally need to do that depending on how dirty it is, but that pretty much sums up cleaning the receiver and chamber. So there's not much left on a bolt action other than just the barrel. Okay, now that that solvent's been sitting in the barrel, it should have broken up any gunk we don't want in there. So I put on my bronze brush. This is a 30 caliber. This rifle is a 308. It's a CVA Cascade SB. I will be doing lots of videos with this rifle and ammo tests, so if you're interested, stay tuned and subscribe. So we'll run our bronze brush through there. You can use a nylon brush if you want, but the bronze brush works a little bit better in my opinion. Okay, so we ran our brush through there a couple times. Now what I like to do is switch back to patches, and I do a solvent patch, a dry patch, and then an oil patch. And I repeat that process until it is fully clean, or at least to my desired level of cleanliness. Okay, so we're going to put a dry patch on and run that through it, since the last thing we had in there was solvent. Okay, and that is pretty dirty, so we're definitely going to need quite a few more patches until it is fully cleaned. So that was dry patch. Next I'm going to do an oil patch. Like I said, I just repeat that process until it is fully done. A little bit of oil on this patch. This rifle only had about 30 shots through it. I had to sight it in and break in the barrel a bit, so it should be broken in and ready to do some videos on it. This one was pretty dirty too. I don't know how well you can see that, but we're just going to repeat the process now. Again, solvent, patch, dry patch, and then oil patch. Okay guys, so I've ran quite a few patches down my barrel. It's coming out to my desired level of cleanliness. So what I like to do when I finish it off is run a few dry patches down the barrel, just to make sure any solvent or oil is out of the barrel. Then to finish it off, I'll run just a couple plain oil patches down it, just to give the barrel a little bit of lubrication, and it'll prevent it from rusting. So I'm going to do that now. And one thing I would also recommend doing is to just give your barrel and the outside of your rifle a little wipe down with oil if you're going to store it for any period of time. I'm going to be taking this out soon, so I'm not too worried about it, and it has a nice Cerakote finish. But I typically would just wipe the outside down a little bit with a oil patch. So with the barrel being done, your bolt was done, receiver done, you can put it all back together. They're really simple to clean compared to semi-automatics. There's really nothing to it. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing. As a small channel, that means a lot. And like I said, I will be doing lots of videos on this CVA Cascade SB in 308. So keep that in mind and consider subscribing. Thanks.